in my case, when I started doing the work, I remember being like, telling Steve, "You have to read this book. You have to do this. Please do this with me." All this stuff, and then I remember someone saying to me, that's not the way. They will be ready when they're ready. It's you have to elevate yourself, and they're either gonna, like exactly what you said, they're gonna rise up to you or flop.
Mhm.
And it's a win-win for you. You're gonna, let somebody grow alongside you, or you're gonna know that have to find somebody that can.
Mhm.
Um, and so I remember just being like, that was a scary thought, but I remember being open to it and just doing all the work. And then slowly over time, being completely shocked that my partner met me. And I mean, I'm still, he's still meeting me.
Mhm.
But there's so many times where, like, I remember this one beautiful time, I might have already even told you this. Um, but I forget what was going on. Like, it might have been before I quit my job, and I was just so many emotions, and I was just so like, oh. And I think I said to him, I wish you could do breath work on me. And I think we just sat in my basement, and oh yeah, he what was it? I was terrified about something, because that's what I think I did some breathing. We breathed together, and I said, "Oh, I'm just scared."
Mm.
He's like, "Well, how scared?" I'm like really scared. He's like, "Well, why don't you shout how scared you are?" I'm
Mm.
like, "I can't shout. Like, I can't take up that much space right now." This was like months ago, maybe even a year ago. And he's like, "Well, you need to shout." And his voice started getting louder, and I was like, "Stop, like the neighbors are gonna hear you." He goes, "Well, I'm not gonna stop screaming until you scream." And so finally I was just like, "I'm scared. I'm terrified." Like, just bawling my eyes out. It all just came, like, I could just see this, pouring, this emotion pouring out of me of like, oh, that's all it was. Just a little bit of fear. And
Mm.
now it's out of me. And he, of course, held me afterwards, and it's like, good job. And to him, it was so simple because he can scream and not care. But that to me was the biggest release. And I just remember being in awe of him for like weeks after. Like, I can't believe you did that for me. It's so simple, but so beautiful.